Good morning, I'm Robert Tan. From your wallet to the wider economy, join us as we follow the money. Many Filipinos will pay for cars, condos, travel, iPhone, and the latest kicks. No need convincing needed. But insurance, they say, wag na muna, or not my priority. How do you break that mindset amid a low penetration rate? And joining us this morning is seasoned financial advisor, Financial Services Agency Director, Emmanuel Paras. Eman, good morning. Welcome to Follow the Money.
Morning, Robert, and good to be back here.
Thanks for joining us on a rainy morning.
Yeah.
Now, Eman, the industry, the insurance industry just crossed a $500 billion pesos in premiums last year in 2025, but penetration is still at 2%. Now, are we actually growing or just selling more to the same people who are buying?
Thank you, Roberto. First of all, I'd like to clarify that 2%. When we say 2%, many people think that 2% is like that's 2% of the Filipinos are insured. But the 2%,
from the population?
Yeah. Like we have 110, they would assume that it's like 2 to 3 million lang yung insured, no? But the penetration rate is actually a percentage, no, of the premiums, the life insurance premiums over the GDP of the country.
So not in absolute terms.
Yeah.
But how are we in terms of penetration?
I think in terms of the population, 18 to 20%. Yeah.
But still quite low compared
that
to
includes mga microinsurance and group insurance. No, but you're right, it's still quite low. Even if we assume that 50% of the population, right now cannot afford having an insurance plan, we're still left with around 30%.
But has that number been growing? I think maybe 10, 15 years ago, it was only at around 5 to 7% penetration. Now at 18. Who are those who are getting insurance today? And which sectors? A, B, C, D?
It would still be the middle and
the
upper sector.
So kulang pa rin talaga sa lower income classes. Now, if we look at the mindset, Eman, in terms of buying insurance, we mentioned it, Filipinos will pay for car insurance, condo insurance, travel, even gadget insurance. You don't have to convince them automatically and they'll pay for that. But personal life insurance, parang ayaw. Why are we willing to pay insurance for material things, for gadgets and all that, but on ourselves, parang wait a minute.
Yeah, hindi muna. No? So two things about that question, Robert. No, the first is that the material things, tangible sila. You can see it, you can see the car if madamage siya. You'll feel sad about it and everything. No?
Tangible rin naman tayo.
Tangible, yes. But the concept of insurance is not tangible. No? So yun, tangible yung mga stuff that we own and everything. No? So that's number one. So mas obvious kung, for example, masira yung kotse. No? And then pangalawa, the second one is that we're averse about thinking about death. In our culture. Parang YOLO tayo eh. We're very happy people. So parang pag sinabi nating death or sickness, malungkot yan, ayokong pag-usapan yan. Gusto ko happy lang.
Okay. So, kaya hindi masyadong napapansin.
Yes.
But why is it such a big gap?
Yeah. That also, so yung culture na yun, yung YOLO.
The YOLO life. You only live one.
And then yung secondly is the understanding then, the awareness, no? Ano ba yung insurance? Bakit siya importante sa akin? So these are the things that we should understand.
Kulang pa yan. So on the personal level, talaga hindi masyado napapansin. But if we look at the business side, the corporations, most business owners and still have zero business insurance, not insuring their businesses. But if you look at it, if you try to explain it to them, what does insurance actually do for a business? What does it protect? What does it cover? And why does a business owner actually need to get it, even if they refuse to believe it today?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Actually, yung business insurance is one of the key focus areas that I focus on as a financial advisor. So about insurance, about corporate insurance, maraming uses. Like for example, there's a corporate health insurance, ito natawag natin namang HMO, And then secondly, there's group life insurance, insuring the entire population of the employees, no, instead of just individually. And then there's what we call key man insurance, insuring the key people in the organization.
In the business.
Yeah. And then there's buy-sell agreement. Buy-sell agreement is a partnership agreement wherein, for example, if there are 5 owners, no, of the business and one passes away, the tendency is that the heirs, the family survivors would be the ones to enter the board.
To inherit it.
Normally, those people are not expert in the business.
Hindi business savvy.
Hindi sila business savvy. They just want to get the money. No? So basically, the buy-sell agreement, it buys out the family. So that the control will remain with the original
yung mga natitirang members of management. Yes. I mentioned the business insurance because just recently, the Mindanao earthquake happened. A lot of buildings, collapsed. Businesses had to shut down. Insured losses will definitely be a fraction of the actual damage. But the Insurance Commission projects double-digit growth by 2030. Now, what is that gap between those who are still not getting insurance, but then when these kinds of disasters happen, parang sayang, sana kumuha ako, di ba? It's parang too late na hero ang nangyayari.
One of the things that we always say in insurance is that insurance is there. You can actually buy it when you don't need it, and you cannot buy it anymore when you actually need it. So, for life insurance, pag nagkasakit ka na and everything, you won't be able to buy it anymore because madidecline ka na. No? When, for property insurance, pag nagkaroon na ng earthquake, wala na. Destroyed na yung property mo and everything. No? So, you won't be able to buy it. No?
I've had several financial analysts, coaches that I've interviewed in the past. Usually, yung sinasabi nila, they always treat this as an expense, which is wrong. Do you have the same thoughts on that?
Technically speaking, it's an expense, but for me, it's an investment. Because, if, for example, do you believe that your health is an investment, Robert?
Oh, of course, definitely.
Lalo na sa edad natin.
Health is wealth, di ba? Lagi na yung sinasabi yan.
Sa edad natin, medyo lumilitaw na yung mga kasukasuan and everything. No? So, health is an investment. Yes. So that also means that a health fund is an investment. It's an investment on your health and kumbaga parang insuring the Kasi basically, yung insurance is what we call risk transfer. You're transferring the risk to another entity who has more capacity to be able to absorb the risk.
Yes.
Because sa buhay natin, 3 risk lang naman eh. Hindi tayo makatakas dito. It's either we die too soon, we live too long, or we become critically ill or seriously ill. Di tayo makatakas dito. Either one of these things or dalawa out of these 3 things we will experience. So if
lalo na if yung namatay breadwinner.
Yes, correct. So if we do not transfer the risk, absorbing the risk to another entity, we will be the ones to absorb the risk. Okay. So if we die too soon, kailangan meron tayong preparation so that may
for the ones we
may
left
pamana
behind.
tayo sa ating mga if we live too long. Yun yung nangyari. One interesting or maybe saddening figure is that when Filipinos retire, they only have 3.6 months of their income as retirement. So imagine mo, bro. Yun lang, bro. So for example, you retire at age 60, 65. 3 months lang yung meron mong income. No, so after that, wala na. Nakaasa ka na sa iyong family, sa iyong kapatid or asawa or kung sino man, no. So anak, no. So that's the sad
fact. Or mga iba, they have to work again or do side hustles again
or sell some assets, no, to be able to support their retirement.
In essence, parang hindi ka na nag-retire.
Yes. Golden era nga dapat golden age, pero nagiging ano ba?
Mahirap yan.
So that's the second risk, and then the third risk is being sick or disabled. No? So alam naman natin dito, the medical inflation, 12 to 14%.
Mataas. So it's always been said that the middle class are only one emergency or sickness away from depleting all their funds.
Yeah. So, and then PhilHealth, we all know that it's not going to...
Maliit lang.
Yeah, it's like 10% or 5%. Or kung di ka mag-stay sa hospital for 24 hours, no? with the, yung isa
with that
naging issue, no?
yes. So,
Walang any coverage. So that's why you need talaga to have your own health fund.
but why is it really, in the years that you've been in business, yung mindset ganun pa rin? Expense pa rin, later na lang, then again, like we mentioned, pag nangyari na, sayang, too late.
It's really the awareness, eh. And siguro one of the things then is it's a collective effort talaga, yung about insurance consciousness. So the government will have to improve the things that it's doing. Well, I think naman they are parang creating more efforts, like for example, fintech and microinsurance, no. And then for the private sector, we need more people to be able to join us in the cause of educating our fellow Filipinos.
But in the advent of technology, Emma, technology is fast-moving, and now AI is also being used. Is it being used right now, even in the insurance industry?
Yeah, I personally use it. Yeah.
Because right now, if we research, AI can now underwrite a policy in about 3 minutes and process a claim in hours, unlike before. And you can even profile your risk assessment of your client from your phone. Now, if a machine can do the technical work that a financial advisor usually did and the company did, what exactly is a human financial advisor for today?
That's a good question, Robert. No, actually, pinag-isipan ko yan for the past months because I'm actually trying to study AI, Claude, ChatGPT, and everything. No? And I come to the conclusion that yung buying insurance will always be something that will be sold and not bought. So it is sold and not bought. You can, like for example, in the Philippines, hindi mo naman konti lang yung parang pupunta sa Lazada or Shopee, may insurance ka ba dyan, or pupunta sa mall. It's really sold.
Things.
It's really sold, no? So the technical aspect, no question about it. The AI will help, but the decision, coming up with a decision, will always be an emotional, logical, and human decision. And
that a computer cannot do.
And that is where financial advisors will be able to support their clients. No?
So kailangan talaga face-to-face, and basically AI is just basically a tool, to make
to augment your skills, but ultimately a human person, like for example, ikaw, when you're trying to make a decision, you would still want to talk to a human being and not just to AI. Kasi we understand you.
Most of the time, people buy through emotion. But if we look at the industry today as compared to 10, 15 years ago, dati life insurance lang binebenta. Now everything's bundled. Insurance today bundles life, VULs, HMOs, non-life, medical, all in one. Now the product has never been more complete as it was before. So why is it still harder to sell?
The products are superior as compared to before, and also the technology. Like, my mom is a financial advisor for 40 plus years, almost 50 years na. Nung time nila,
So
bro,
she's
rate sheet lang. Kung mamatay ka, ito, 0.01% times,
Manual lang talaga.
times 100,000, yun yung premium, ganun, bro. So ngayon, with the technology,
naka-iPad na lahat.
Yes. So ultimately, it's not just about the tools and the products, but really about the process. The process of making the person understand, also the skill of the financial advisor, no? Na hindi lang siya magka-product push, but really try to understand and really to be able to find the gaps, no, dun sa financial portfolio ng clients.
Yung mga kailangan nila, di ba? More in the needs, instead of just selling and selling all yung needs and wants. But Emma, now we still have much to discuss about the insurance industry and how we can actually get more people to see this not as an expense, but something as an investment for the future. But we'll continue this discussion after the break. Keep following the money. Welcome back to Follow the Money. Still with us is Financial Services Agency Director Emmanuel Paras. Now, Eman, there's still a lot to discuss. Marami pa tayong hihimayin.
Kahit na isang oras na dito, bro.
But let's talk about you before we start. You know, you had a top corporate position before you became an agency head inside a major insurance company. You became an agent. Most people go the other direction, di ba?
Yes.
Siyempre, top of the ladder yan. But what did you see from inside and outside that made you cross over? And, you know, what made you, when someone talks to you, saying sayang na, you know, you're at the very top of your game in the industry, pero naging agent ka. What made you do that switch?
Yeah. So as an employee, I mean, the title is maganda, di ba? EVP and everything, no?
Oh, mataas sweldo.
Mataas sweldo, no? But really, the demands are also, I don't know, parang at some point, you'll reach a crossroad in your life, no? So at that point in time, maraming limitations, eh. Limited income, so kahit na you work extra hard, no? You still get the same salary, limited time to be able to do the things that you want to do, and limited career path, no? Hindi mo alam kung kailan ka promote. So being in business, as an entrepreneur, you'll be able to unlimit those things, no? Unlimited income. So right now, no, I'm having multiple sources of income, no? And then secondly, unlimited career growth. I can, you know, really grow my career and my path, no? I can become my own boss talaga. And thirdly is unlimited time to be able to balance my life. So I'm able to enjoy time with my family, doing other things, no? Hindi ako naka-stuck sa 8 to 5 job.
Pero iba yan. When you left, you started from scratch. Being an agent. Then, you know, to build your agency. For some, that's a very long and winding and very treacherous road. But, you know, what was that mindset that you had to have when doing that? Para sa iba, parang, you know, this is kind of crazy. Ang taas na ng position mo. Start from scratch ka ngayon.
Correct, no? It's really a big risk, no? It's either you risk being in your comfort zone all your life, or you risk getting out of your comfort zone and really understanding and exploring to what extent can you really succeed. No? So I chose the other path.
But was there something?
I took a gamble on myself.
But was there something a personal experience that made you say, I want to become an agent and, you know, get more of these people insured?
Yeah, I wanted to be at the forefront of parang frontliner ka in a way, no, in the financial world, no. One of the things that opened my mind is when my brother-in-law passed away. He was a doctor, no. 41 years old. He had a heart attack, stroke. We did not even know.
That young.
So my sister and him, fortunately, they had some insurance policies, no. So nakita ko how they were able, my sister was able to survive, no, because of the insurance policies that they bought. So parang nagkaroon ng personal experience talaga in their family na parang, okay, so this stuff really works, no. This stuff really benefits other people. So it gave me the confidence to be able
Yan yung driving force.
Yes.
But from then until now, so many things have changed. In the insurance industry, parang when an insurance agent nagte-text siya at someone in the Philippines, di ba? Parang, ay,
kamusta
parang
ka na?
MLM yan, kamusta, di ba? Kape muna tayo. So parang you're in that same block. You're lumped in with the pyramid schemes for years. How are you trying to change that perspective and mindset and saying that, you know, we're not part of that, you know, we're not a scam, we're not part of that scheme. This is a true blue investment that could actually one day save your life or the family the family that you left behind.
Yeah, correct, no. So nakakalungkot honestly kung minsan para makikita mo sa comments scam yung insurance ganun na it really tugs my heart, no. And of course I cannot do so much, no. I can only control what I can control. So that means, you know, appearing in this program, no, and being able to do my best as a financial practitioner and being able to influence my team, no. And for the industry, what we're trying to do is really professionalize, no, yung ano natin, yung industry natin, and that's why we're organizing events like, for example, we're having an event next year in cooperation with the Insurance Commission. It's the Asia Pacific Life Insurance Congress. I'm part of the organizing committee.
To create more awareness.
To create more awareness.
And get you out of that MLM pyramid scheme.
So we want to share, if there's anything great about the industry, we like to share our best practices, share ideas. It really becomes a very strong support group to each other.
Is that one of the biggest stumbling block right now? Is that a lot of the people think that it's a scam?
I think so. There's still people thinking about it. I think one of the pinag-uugatan is that the insurance industry is still, wrongly connected with the pre-need industry.
Yun nangyari sa education.
Yeah, with the pre-need, But actually, this is an entirely different industry. Pero marami ka pa rin marinig na, sakap, nag-invest ako ng ganito, wala naman ako nakuha. But it's an entirely different industry from insurance. So that's maybe if there's one thing that I would like to clarify, that's one of those things, na yung pre-need po is ibang industry as compared to insurance.
Now, Emma, when you started around 14 years ago, iba yung generation that you were pushing in the investment of insurance to. Now, it's a totally different ballgame. You have the millennials, the Gen Zs who follow influencers. They invest in crypto, live on cash apps, and they're the most financially wired generation this country has ever produced. And yet, they're the most skeptical about insurance. Again, why are you losing a generation? You should be actually winning today.
Actually, to be frank, based on personal experience, I have a lot of clients na bata, Gen Z,
the younger
millennials, I think mas receptive sila.
They are?
Yeah. Number one is that they use AI research na. So even before they talk to me, parang itong product niya po na-check ko po ito sa website niyo or something. So that gives them more confidence and stronger decision-making skills, pero yung kailangan siguro ma-develop between them and the people like me who are very tenured is the language, the language and the approach.
The age gap.
Hindi na pwedeng product pushing. It's really about understanding their needs.
Again, emotion.
Mentoring, parang them seeing you as an authority, and a partner and a mentor, not just as an agent.
Well, hopefully the next generation, the Gen Zs, millennials, will really change it the way they are. A lot of people see insurance. Now, Emma, we'll go to move on to the rapid fire segment. Huwag ka matakot. You just have to answer yes or no. No need to explain your answer. Let's start with this. Is the average Filipino financial advisor putting the client's interest above their own commission? Yes or no?
Yes.
Has the insurance industry earned the MLM reputation it's trying to shake off?
No.
Will AI replace financial advisors in the next 10 years? Yes or no? Is the government doing enough to close the protection gap? Yes or no?
Yes, but needs improvement.
Yes, but no. Okay. Should insurance be mandatory for all registered businesses in the Philippines today?
I think yes.
Kailangan talaga sila.
Yeah. And just like parang sa OFWs, diba? They have this mandatory OFW insurance.
Insurance before they leave. But dapat ganun, diba? Para
correct.
Hindi na iisipin eh. Pero in life and VULs, there's a lot of money to you have to discuss. But finally, Eman, if every Filipino watching right now still does nothing about their insurance after this conversation, what would you want them to remember after this show?
Yung sinabi ko kanina, that you can only buy insurance when you don't need it, and you cannot buy it when you actually need it. So prepare for the 3 risks: yung dying too soon, living too long, and being sick or disabled. If you don't prepare for those risks, you need to have enough savings. But unfortunately for us Filipinos, we don't have enough. So insurance is basically risk transfer. Hindi siya scam, hindi siya MLM. It's transferring the risk to another entity who is more capable of taking care of your family.
Maganda yan, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
Yeah.
Mahirap yun.
Yes.
Okay, on that note, Eman, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Very, eye-opener for a lot. And hopefully your advocacy in trying to get more people to invest and not see it as an expense so that in the future it could actually save their lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And that's all for today. I'm Robert Tan. Thanks for watching. Keep it here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel, and always follow the money.